I drove 20 hours, did an RTT, and then drove 14 hours.
This is a big divide in terms of player personality.
Disruption doesn't need buffs.
Is this healthy for the game? Is that what they want?
I think faction secondaries should make a return.
If you can't do that, you're probably not a priority asset army.
You gotta feed your dog. Cleanse is you cleaning his food bowl.
Welcome back to Tabletop Titans. My name is Adrian Phillips, and today I am joined by two of my fellow Titan Duels co-hosts. We've got, of course, Nexos Floof and Forrest Phanton.
What's up, buddy? How you doing? It's good to see you.
I'm doing good.
We got everyone in the studio today, maybe because we've just recorded an episode that you'll have to stick around to see, but what we wanted to do was, we've had 11th edition out for a couple months now. We've played some events. The three of us all went to Tacoma pretty recently, and I'd say did quite well. So we're going to talk a bit about our experiences at Tacoma and also what we're looking forward to moving forward after the rules update. So, of course, let us know in the comments below what you think about the state of the game, what you're excited about, and how your list building has changed since last week's, or 2 weeks ago's update. So let's dive on in. First of all, how's Tacoma for y'all?
It was actually pretty decent. I had a pretty good time. I had a little bit of a rougher run. When I got into the 4-0 bracket, I had a very unfortunate round 6. And then I will say my day 3 was pretty good, but I got to play all of 2 rounds into it. Because I did a thing of, I don't think I can win with GSC, but I've been, there's new list archetype that I've kind of been like, developing and figuring out that a lot of people have just been like, this is the floof thing. They're doing weird things with this, and we like to see it, right? Because it's the triple 1-point attachment, which is like a whole new thing, right? Like it. That's only unique to 11th edition, and it's very
stratagems.
Yeah, right. And I use like 4, and one of them's grenade. But it's so I was like, I just want to see how well I can do with this, right? And it was a very cool thing. There was a point to where on my day 3, I got to play into 2 other members of Team USA.
Nice.
And it very much was like, okay, now that I'm up against people of the same player skill, I'm playing a fair list and they're playing an unfair list. And that game ended quickly. So it was a little, not disheartening, but like rough there of like, okay, it's still the Wild West.
Right.
And I don't have the biggest 6-shooter right now.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So there are certainly still glass ceilings a little bit to some of the factions in the game, in my personal opinion.
Yeah.
But I after that was also before the data slate, right?
Exactly.
And then immediately we get a change, and like my list dropped like 100 points.
Ooh, amazing.
And not only that, my army rule got fixed, which was great.
Yeah.
And it's just like they got changed in a way to where it made sense in the context of my faction. I won't go into the details of breaking that out. Watch Nexus Flip on YouTube if you want to see that full breakdown. God, the ADHD made me get that out quick.
I know. That was good. I like the call out.
But it's a thing to where I saw all the changes and was like, with how this interacts with Cult Ambush, with how this interacts with the game, these make sense. Also, there was green on Neophytes for the first time in 2 years, and I was like, thank you. Thank you. We did it. I met Josh Roberts at Tacoma, and I know, listen, I get the jokes that we all say he does. I get that he's not the end-all be-all rules. I'm going to pretend he is. I just want to say I think I made a killer first impression, and he was like, you know what? We're going to give Floof. Yeah. We're going to let him have the Neophytes again. They're down to 135. It's so
That's amazing. I love it.
But
20 minutes, 135.
They're 135, dude.
Oh, that's
it's so
spicy
good.
meatball.
It's so nice.
Oh my gosh.
At least they don't regenerate and then come back once you fully kill them.
That would be good. Yeah.
But yeah, I think like the way that, and I can't speak for all factions because once again, Thousand Sons are saying they got kneecapped yet again.
They always say that though.
Right. Plus they're nerds that read books. Sorry, every time I think of Thousand Sons, I'm like,
I'm a space wolf player. Me and them are just enemies forever.
Exactly.
Yeah. You guys don't read it all. You only read like propaganda pamphlets.
Exactly.
But,
I read graffiti.
That's true.
But that's why it has no effect on me. We can't read.
Those space wolf players would be very upset if they could read.
But it's looking at it like, this is the worst attack ever. It's a book. It's like,
It's changes in a way that makes sense in at least my faction, and then the changes between the dispositions, not them just being like, oh, everyone says disruption's messed up, cool, we just, we just buff it to the gills, and now it's only disruption, right? having like nuance changes, like changing up the maps, right? The Purge disruption one, it might be a little bit more better for Purge, or at least the one with Take and Hold, right? Because it's easier for them to hold the center, right? So there's more primary there, but the fact that a Purge player can't just go, here is a big defiler or something that I touch this thing, I see into your zone, I'm just going to start killing you from turn one.
Exactly.
That's healthy for the game. And so even approaching it from a balance design of changing how the maps look shows that they are open to messing with stuff. I think it was a little early to change dispositions.
It was a shockingly huge change, just a month in. Now they have said they're going to be doing monthly changes for the first 3 months.
Right.
And then we're going to go to normal updates after that.
Okay.
And so the thing that I'm a little worried with about that, to where I'm like, I'm hesitant on it. I think that this one was good, but it's like, okay, cutting it a little close. Was the thing with Purge. I do agree that because of how easy Purge is to do as a mission set, I think the access should be limited. So taking away the 1 point attachments that gave Purge, I think is overall healthy.
It was a pretty elegant solution because, again, even when we had you on last time, we talked about how Purge is like too easy to build towards and too straightforward to plan. This is the easiest disposition to do, so it should kind of score the least or whatever. In this case, they said, you know what, it's going to score the same, but we're going to change the maps, which is going to affect it a little bit, and we're also going to make it harder to access. So you can't just toe into it. You have to be a list that's truly built around it and has to pay for that.
Right. You can't just take like your super hyped up 2 detachment point thing and you're like, why is this 2 detachment point? Oh, because Warhorde's 3. Got it. Cool. And then just be like, and I saw it in Purge.
Exactly.
And now I just kill you, right?
Exactly.
It has to kind of be like, no, dog, you have 6 dedicated strats, right? You can't pick from your 2 pointers and then just bring in Purge,
exactly. Right? Unless you're CSM and they said, you know what, the backshot attachment, which was a 2 DP in Purge, that's just taken hold now.
Yeah.
They're like, there's no fixing that one. That's just gone.
Yeah.
So I agree. I think
still pretty good.
Yeah, still pretty good. Like honestly, again, as the game changes, we're seeing a lot more, Take and Hold and these other dispositions, and it's a couple things. Again, last time we were here in this table discussing, public opinion has shifted week by week by week, and it continues to do so. But at least in this case, the game has also changed. So it's people are figuring out what is good against Purge or what is bad about Purge, but also Purge got pulled back a lot. And so we're seeing that double effect. We've got WTC coming up, and they've released the spread of disposition, and Purge is way on down there. I think second to last in quantity taken.
So that's a very, and I'm so sorry. I keep chiming in to like, I want to make sure I'm not over talking, not letting you have airtime, but like to go back to with the Purge thing on like why I was a little nervous to mess with dispositions, right?
Yeah.
Is out the gate, everyone's like, Purge is it, dog. Yeah. Purge is crazy. Have you tried this new thing they call Purge? Dog, everyone's trying it, right? But then it kind of comes out, and then like there's kind of like whispers of like, Take and Hold's kind of just like, it's just kind of like playing 10th, right? You just kind of play fair 40k, right? And it's a great counter to Purge if you do it as well, right?
Right.
And then it kind of like, at least in my experience with teams, it was like, priority assets is just like so easy to do, right? You just hold your natural, you walk out, do an action, which is pretty easy to do. And even like the super greedy kill list, like you have a CSM list to where it's like, I have a Beast of Nurgle.
Yeah.
And he's going to sit on the center and he's going to press the button. You're not going to kill him because he's a Beast of Nurgle.
Yeah,
and then the rest of my army just kills you.
It's so true. And then priority was one that I had earmarked recon and priority as 2 strong ones early on. And a lot of people were like, oh, priority is like, you have to do too many things. They were scared of...
You do one thing.
That was the thing. And there was a lot of people saying like, oh, priority is the action disposition. I'm like, it's not. You got to do one action, except for the mirror.
Is the mirror,
exactly.
Right?
But all the mirrors are weird, right? And then they were like, oh, we're scared about having to take my opponent's home objective. And it's like, well, if you can't do that, you're probably not a priority asset army, and that's fine. But if you are good at it, then it's pretty dang good.
Right.
So,
and so
I
we
had
have
to fight Nick Donavoni with priority.
Right.
I kept him to a corner, and every turn he's like, I'll score 8. I'm like, oh, I have to table you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The resilience of priority is insane. Like the amount of times where like when I'm playing disruption and I have to do all these things, right? I swapped to priority for Tacoma, and I was like, go here. Press the button.
It's
your move, dog.
Oh, you didn't want the disruption smoke?
Every time I fight priority, I'm like, oh, I just lose.
Yeah.
I have to table you.
You have
exactly. Well, also Take and Hold and priority is like really advantage for priority. So that's what I'm talking about. Of like, it's a little too soon to start messing with dispositions because, yes, in this essence they were correct. Purge is too simple, right? But as they are changing Purge, we're going, actually, the busted one is over here, right? It's actually Prio is like the strongest one.
So Purge is only good if both people are doing stuff.
Yes.
Like if you start building to counter Purge,
Yep. That's
they
the thing.
score no points.
It's so vulnerable to get countered,
like
right?
my kind of list, right?
Yeah, your 6-unit list.
Oh my gosh.
The toughness, like I fought 3 Purge lists in Tacoma, but never killed a unit.
Jesus.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
And in 3 games, no units.
The other thing is like people are so good at scoring primary. The fact that Purge is good at primary almost doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
So I took Purge to Tacoma. I played Recon 4 times. And that is a game where basically both players will max their primary.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just happens. And at that point, well, it doesn't really matter that mine was easier. We both got there in the end.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And then it's the secondaries, which guess who's better secondaries? Recon.
Right.
And so, again, I'm not saying that Purge is bad. I think it is different and it changes based off of what everyone is taking, right?
Yes. Well, that's the thing, right? To where like a lot of people, like let's say this, because a lot of people say that Purge is super favored in a Recon. I don't agree.
No.
But let's say there's this world to where, you know, you're playing Purge into Recon, right? And suddenly Purge gets all these changes and it kind of goes down in the meta, right? People take it less. Well, then now the Recon player kind of is like, oh, I can play it like there's a lot more people because Purge isn't as prevalent. I don't have to deal with this matchup. I can start taking more and more Recon, right? But then that inadvertently is like, oh, hey, guess what kind of feels good now?
Exactly,
There's a lot of people playing Recon. You want to know what's really good? Hey, buddy, Purge.
Right.
And then you just go smack the Recon players,
Exactly.
right? But
Which is
then,
a cool meta
Purge,
shift experience.
yeah, and then
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
Purge is coming back up, so less
Right.
people take Recon, and it's like this living meta.
Yeah,
Now,
exactly.
do I think this is actually going to exist? No, because 3 months balance patches. But you can see like the existence of this in games that are allowed to have long form metas without patch changes. In terms of even like in completely different genres of like Overwatch and like all of these different kinds of games, to where if you let people sit, there tends to be, here's the strongest comp. Okay, but here's the counter, right?
Yeah,
But people start playing the counter too much, so
Right.
now they're not playing this, and you play other stuff that's good in the counter, and it's an ebb and flow.
Exactly.
And then tanky DPS was just above everything. the
Yeah,
whole
right.
time.
Yeah, totally.
And then everyone's just like, oh, I play him for children with triple crab.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. If you're a fan of competitive Warhammer, you're gonna love our upcoming game, Wildwood. Set in a Stone Age fantasy forest, it makes for a great competitive game. We know Warhammer is almost a full-time job, so we've designed Wildwood to be easy to pick up and play on the side. With quick rounds and generally only 5 models in a warband, you'll be playing with the best in no time. Be sure to follow the Kickstarter to get notified when we go live, or join us on Discord where we play weekly on Tabletop Simulator. We'll see you there. Well, so let's talk about, again, kind of this adoption of what is going to be good in the meta and what is kind of counter to what is currently good. I think, Forrest, your game with me was one of my very first iterations of like, because I talked a lot of smack about taking hold in the beginning.
Yeah,
I did. And I was like, okay, if you build towards it, it is quite compelling.
Yeah.
So how was your Tacoma experience, especially you're taking hold, it's the 30 Terminators.
I have to take Taken Hold because of my 1DP detachment is buffing the Terminators out the gills, and I'm like, great. What's the option? Taken Hold? Great.
Yep.
And then I take Legend of the Great Wolf, or Legend Wolf.
Yeah.
And I need to take that one because it gives me AOC. It's the only Space Wolf detachment that gives AOC. The foe foreseen, by the way. And then it also has a couple other things. Only one
that's
that
a
lets
plan
me...
generations in the making.
I know.
The foe foreseen?
The
Okay.
foe foreseen.
We knew it was coming, so minus 1 AP.
Exactly.
We knew this would happen.
And it's the only one with AOC, and it's the only one with Advance in Charge.
Yeah.
It's the only one with both.
Right.
And so I'm like, okay, I have to take that. What are my options? Taken Hold. Great. So I'm doing Taken Hold.
Perfect.
You have take and you have hold.
I have
Right,
taken
yeah.
Hold and Hold. And at the end of 10th, I was running the 20 Terminators.
Yeah.
I was feeling really good about it. And then same thing. I saw everyone was like, Purge. And I was like, what if they can never kill me or take me off points?
Right.
And I was like, okay, Thunderbolts are bad now. Cool.
Yep.
30 Terminators. And then I tried out a bunch of different stuff. I kept trying a bunch of stuff. I did an RTT the Sunday before Tacoma.
Right.
And then from there, I just drove that night up to Washington.
So you also did one on Saturday too, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, no, Friday I drove down to San Diego.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I drove 20 hours, did an RTT, and then drove 14 hours in one weekend.
I love it.
Because I had...
And then you played Tacoma.
Don't justify it.
No. Then I got there on Monday.
Yeah.
And I have, when I lived in Washington, I had a bunch of friends up there.
Right.
Girthquake. Shout out to Girthquake. It's a bunch of brothers.
I know who
Yeah.
he is.
Yeah. So I got up there Monday, very early, very tired. I took like a 2-hour nap, and then he gets off work, and I'm awake.
Yeah.
And then I proceed to play every day. Oh my God. As much as anyone will let me. I just traded off people because most people, they're like, Forrest, I can't play 6 games in a day.
Yeah.
I have 6 friends. And if each one plays 1 game, we're good. So I played quite a few games that week. And every time I would change my list. I was stuck with the 30 Terminators and Bjorn. Other than that, it just kept switching and kept switching. Finally, I landed on Redeemer. And I'm like, cool. What else? And I was like, oh, Infiltrators are good. Combat Lieutenant's legit. That's the list.
Yeah.
And I had 7 units. It was very few units.
I'm so glad we didn't play.
Oh my God.
It was
Same.
crazy. Yeah. So day 1 Tacoma, I think I lost 1 model or 1 unit. I think I lost the Combi Lieutenant to I'm forgetting her name, but a great Custodes player.
Yeah.
I think the bikes hopped over and just melted the Combi Lieutenant.
Dude, those bikes are good.
Yeah. So yeah. And then day 2, I lost quite a few units. I fought a Tau player and I lost 5 models in that game. Because the 3 Riptides and Storm Surge. And
okay, should be good for against you.
But so I'm T6 -1 to wound, and they're all strength 10 and 11.
Yeah.
So they're hitting me generally on 4s, wounding me on 4s, and then I get a 4-up save, and then
I'm killing a couple Terminators.
A couple, maybe. But like, I just table Tau.
Wow.
Game 5 was against a World Eaters player, and World Eaters don't like. They don't like Terminators. Yes. I'm just like, you have a bunch of AP1 attacks.
We understood you won when you said World Eaters.
Or not World Eaters, Black Templars.
Oh, okay.
World Eaters was game 1.
Hey, Black Templars did quite well that weekend, actually.
No, they did. They did. It was actually very surprising.
Not into me.
No, that was not one of their games.
No.
With the changes, how do you feel about your list?
Yeah.
I dropped about 25 points.
Oh, good.
I would have dropped about, I think I dropped, I dropped 10, 20... 25 points. The Combi Lieutenant goes up to 95, so I just drop him. I would have only got up 15, but then because of the Combi Lieutenant, so it's fine.
Right.
It's very interesting. So now I've kind of dropped the Infiltrators and the Combi Lieutenant, and I'm just going for more damage. Like in our game especially, I was just like, what if I just had more? And if I could take 10 more Wolf Cult Terminators, I would, but I cannot.
You reached the max.
I'm just trying other things.
That's
it.
I do want to ask, and this isn't like a thing of trying to say your thing is bad. Do you think that us being able to make lists like this is healthy for the game? Or do you think to where it's back to where it's like if you in 10th, I don't think this list would work, would it?
No.
Because I think you'd have too many actions, right?
Because of how secondaries were drawn in 10th. If I draw Cleanse or something, and I'm just
Cleanse Sabotage.
Cleanse Sabotage. I'm like, uh-oh. And I just am out that turn for secondaries.
No points.
Yeah.
Because if I can do them,
but then you can't.
But then I kind of lose the game.
Yeah.
Because I have so few units. Every turn, every unit has to be doing something. But in this edition, I'm just kind of like, oh, I drew Plunder.
I'll get that
when
you
3
table.
turns.
No, we saw that in this game, right?
So the game that comes out in the future.
Oh, in the future? Okay. At some point, you had drawn Plunder, and it was awkward.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things of I can just save this, right? And so you're not punished in list building.
Has changed a lot. The fact that I can't draw 2 action secondaries in the same turn.
Yeah.
If you have Cleanse, you can't draw Plunder. If you have Plunder, you can't draw Cleanse.
They need 5 more actions in the secondary deck.
Then my list would change drastically.
I know that I'm the rat player and I like doing this stuff, but
I can get away with it because there aren't any actions.
Right.
Yeah. This is what we see when they push it. And again, this is a big divide in terms of player personalities. Last edition, even the edition before, as soon as they introduced secondaries and actions, is you get people. I'm also a fellow rat player. I love doing little actions. I love standing in corners. And then you have other people who, including people like Bridger, they just want to kill. They want to fight. They feel like it takes them out of the game that they're standing in a corner doing nothing. I'm like, no, you're doing the thing.
You're doing the,
But
sometimes you got to do your job, dog.
That's what I'm saying. You're there to secure the asset.
Always be blasting Freebird.
Exactly.
We're Vikings. That Freebird is the job.
You got to feed your dog. all right? And cleanse is you cleaning his food bowl, all right? Go clean the food bowl.
We'll clean it eventually.
Yeah, we'll clean it when you're dead is the idea. But it is a big divide because people feel very strongly they really like them or they hate them. And so 11th says, what if they were basically optional? And the action player can play actions and the other player didn't really have to do it. We'll throw in a couple. But what it means is universally, you can build towards not that many activations.
You almost get punished for playing like the action
Well, you do
stuff,
because
right?
of the other dispositions and things like that that reward people for not dying, for killing, for holding. Yeah, so it's the opposite actually, yeah.
Overwhelming force is a big one.
So like I look at it, right, and like PXH with how the dispositions change.
And PXH being?
The triple 1-point detachment, sorry. It changed from Purge the Foe, which was never going to run, Disruption, which is great for teams, and then Priority Assets. And it swapped out Purge, thank God, kind of a buff for us, to pick up Recon, which is insane for GSC, right?
Yeah.
Attached to our, in my opinion, strongest 1-point detachment, insane buff. But like I look at it, right, and my favorite list right now can run Recon, Disruption, or Priority Assets.
That's fun.
It's the rat player gets access to all three rat ones if I want, right? So in a team's environment, I'm schmoovin'. At any point, they're like, pick one of these three, and I'm like, dog, you got it, right? Yeah. But then it's also like, if I build too much to play these missions, like when I was designing my list, I already knew what your list was going to be. And I'm designing to play it. I'm like, if I just bring too many trash units, you just kind of...
It's very hard. Yeah.
And I don't kill anything, right?
Yeah. You'll never kill anything.
Yep. And that's the trouble I run into when I build my recon lists, is I'm great at doing everything except for the killing.
So it's like, even in list building, right? Like my most successful prior list is a list to where it's like 4 to 5 action guys. Which, like, even then is still a little too much, but it's like the rest is just damage that sits behind a wall and says, if you walk at me, I'm going to table you. Right? But then, like, also, you're the purge player, so you're not really going to get tabled, right? Like, you're just going to, but I have to look scary, I have to puff my chest.
Exactly. That's really interesting. Yeah, I think it's something that's going to have to be solved, and it's something that the GW is going to think about. Is this healthy for the game? Is that what they want for the game? You know?
And like, listen, with how games are and all this kind of stuff, this can be a meta, right? This can be how game design is. And if it's like, this is, we're just brawling it out edition, that's fine. Because that's the time in the sun for these types of players, right?
It's a decision.
People that like this kind of thing. And then we had 10th edition to where it was very action centric. So that's kind of the thing to where you and I really liked it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It might be a thing within like 3 to 6 months. So like, okay, dog, set new secondary deck. There's 6 actions in here.
Yeah,
exactly. Better get it done.
Yep.
And we've had metas to where like fixed is a thing now. Fixed right now is like in the dumpster.
It's a
out
joke,
back.
where it belongs. I hate fixed.
But, well, like it could be cool, right? I'm still someone, and he knows my hot take. You don't. I think faction secondaries should make a return.
I really liked them.
I think what you could do is if you had the fixed deck as it is right now, and everyone has 1 to 2 things that they can pick on top of it. Let me, the recon player, take fixed recon, and then whatever my GSC secondary is.
That would be pretty sick, actually.
I would love it.
That would be awesome.
It's also a neat way to balance armies.
Yeah, exactly.
We saw that in 9th. We just didn't see enough time with their thing to where like Necrons could not win a game of 40k at the time, right? They got tabled, but they scored 100, and that was their thing, right?
Exactly.
And it was this unique archetype that was unique to the time. We don't have that right now. Or you had Tyranids. Couldn't score anything, but tabled you. Just put you in the dirt.
Exactly.
Made in my opinion, made 10th Eldar blush. Because dog, the Maliceptor walking out and just being like, here's my little disco aura of just die music. Yeah, it's cool to see these different metas. And while this one might not be popular with me right now, I can respect it in a point of like, if this is like the design point that they want, just make it known, and I'll be like, cool.
Yeah, and sometimes you just have to like lean into it, And again, rat player, took Purge to Tacoma, which I guess, so coming back to, you felt you walked into the fight with not the best gun. It was a good gun, not the best gun.
It was the gun I wanted to bring.
Exactly. I had a similar experience. Now I was playing Orcs. Orcs very strong. But everyone I talked to, like playing Orcs, I'm like, playing Green Tide? No.
Yes.
Because Green Tide was a development that came literally the week before. Because I was very much in the mentality of like, okay, I'm gonna play Purge. I'm gonna build my list. I was big on Squigs. I like them. It's a lot of the units I liked, and I'm like, I'm just gonna practice this and play this and play this and play this. So I don't regret taking it. I didn't want to take Green Tide, but it wasn't even that much on my radar until literally the weekend before when I played Ruben for the last episode, and he's like, I think Green Tide's going to win it. And they're going to like do all these things. And I was like, fascinating. And so it was interesting. I really like my list.
I like your list more than Green Tide.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I'm more scared of your list than Green Tide.
It has a better matchup into yours, but also has a good matchup into Green Tide. I was on the hunt.
What's so funny is that all of the orc builds, like, so, okay, as someone of TBC, we knew about like the Green Tide build pretty quick, right?
Yeah.
It's a little funny, small thing of just like, we kind of see the meta like start to develop in that Discord in like 2 to 3 weeks, like everyone else
it pops out, exactly.
So that's what Ruben was talking about. I was like, we've been testing Green Tide pretty heavily.
Exactly.
That's why Durante had brought Green Tide, because like, I've been playing Tau. There's no build that goes into it to beat
my
it.
Durante game was nailed.
Right. But the funny thing about it was like, Green Tide beats everything, but then like all the orc builds mess up Green Tide. Right?
Exactly.
That's what Steven, my shooty orc guy that beat
designed to take it on.
8.
Yeah.
He's like, I just have blast and 1,000 bullets, and I was like, that's pretty good.
That's the idea. I have blast, 1,000 bullets, and the squigs. They are only AP1, which is all you need. It's 2 damage to get around Field of Pains. They have lance and enough strength. I was like, please. And Ben Jurek the whole weekend, he's like, I'm dodging. I don't want to play it. I was like, please let me fight you for once. And then we just never got paired up. So that's the way it goes.
A big part of the 30 Terminators was to beat orcs.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Because they have Gaz. And that's it.
Gaz once Gaz
Couple
is dead,
syringes.
the army doesn't hurt me.
Yeah. And they have to be very particular with where they go into.
But how many Terminators does Gaz pick up?
So in Durante's in my game, on his first turn, I messed up pretty bad with Logan.
Right,
He said I could take it back. Very nice guy.
That's nice,
The whole time we were laughing. It was a great game. His first turn, Gaz takes a 2-inch step, looks at Logan and the 10 Terminators, and he has 20 boys and probably some other characters with him. He's probably decked out however you're supposed to be.
Because this was triple attached.
This was triple attached.
Yes.
Right. So Gaz walks up, and I'm like, cool. 2 up armor, 4 up invul, 4 wounds a guy. I have 10 of them. -1 to wound. T6 -1 to wound. And then Logan himself, 8 wounds. And Gaz is like, neat. Kills all 10 Terminators and brings Logan down to 4. And I'm like,
oh no. I mean, Lethal Sustain 5's full wound rerolls is a heck of a drug. I'll tell you that.
He's like one of the only models in the game that I can think of that wounds that unit on 2s.
Yeah, it's
you
crazy.
need to be strength 12 at least.
With +1.
Yeah.
Exactly. I was telling you about this the other day. I had a matchup against Custodes, and they had the Warden Brick with the character that's permanent AOC. And I was like, oh, I got to be real careful. I got to get Gaz laser focused in. So I had Tank Busters in, Gaz ready, Tank Busters. I'm like, all right, start your shooting phase. Are you going to pop the 4-up Feeling Pain? And they're like, nah, I'll be fine. I'm like, excellent. Pop the Pulsar Rocket, AP3. Everyone kills a Warden. Whiff it. Nothing. And I was like, oh, God. Okay, here we go. Gaz and the boys goes in. They pop the Feel of Pain AOC. Gaz picks up the whole Warden's brick through the Feel of Pain.
This isn't crazy. Gaz, but this is from the Gaz killer, the Super Sanctus. That weekend I did go into Custodes, and there was at one point 4 Wardens and Trajan on the center point, and I was like, I don't want to deal with Trajan. But I said he's my special guy, so the Sanctus goes in with his full hit and wound rerolls, pops the dead wounds, and is like, do you pop the 4 Feel of Pain? They're like, I gotta, just to see if Trajan can live and just kill him and like 2 Wardens, and I was like, greatest Amazing. Assassin to ever live.
I love it. What a legend. So yeah, it was very interesting, educational. Of course, the fun thing is after that weekend, my list got nerfed more than Green Tide, because Green Tide went up some points basically. I lost Purge.
Right, you lost Purge.
I can't Purge. Now the thing is, I was already kind of like, you know what? I want to test Purge. Free Buddhas is good with I want to test Taken Hold. Booters is good with Taken Hold.
Yeah.
I was kind of tired of losing one of my Squig Hogs because they couldn't be hidden every game very consistently. And so I was like, all right, time to experiment. Mounted is rough. And then I was like, okay, but now after the change, well, I'm kind of forced to experiment anyway. Right. So I'm excited. I'm going to be messing around with Equatorial boys with Free Buddhas. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to still be good into Green Tide and all that stuff. So that's kind of what I'm testing right now and playing with. So it's going to be fun. But I kind of had no choice. Whereas Green Tide's like, yep, You can't triple attach, so you drop the 3 big bosses, and that pays for
fine.
your increase in boys, and the list is the same.
Still.
Yeah, that was my thing. So my round 7, I played in Durante, and I got to roll 1 dice.
Right, yes.
To go first, and I went second, and he jumped, and he made an 11-inch charge into my thing, and I had to, like, the way the game was going to play out, we both know it, we had talked it out, we've done all the stuff, I had been testing this. The one thing that could not happen was orcs go first under jump. And so I had to have neophytes up, that way I could have a drop turn. I basically had to play as if I was going first.
Yeah.
Just so I could have a drop turn and just pick up like 60 boys, right? That was my way to play the game. He goes first, he jumps, makes an 11. Great game. We handshake, we go hang out and have lunch.
Yeah, exactly.
This nerf did nothing to change that.
The game ends exactly the
game
same.
Still happens the exact same. I roll a dice, which means that toxic play pattern is still in there. Now, if it encourages you to go somewhere else, that's great. However, our combo still exists. I don't like it.
Exactly. And it shows even, again, the stats are out on WTC in terms of like what orc players are taking.
It's actually pretty diverse.
It's much more diverse now. Yeah. There's a lot of green tide, but there's a lot of people going over to freebooters. You now have your, so Stephen Pampreen's list is now Disruption, which is extra spicy in teams when you are forced into that. Yeah. Now, last time you had you on the channel, you played that Disruption. And we had initial impressions.
Yes.
Where are you at now? And how has that maybe changed?
What was my impressions? Did I hate it then yet? Maybe.
So you're, and we talk about this.
I have such a lover's quarrel with this disposition. Listen, okay, I think I've realized what it is. Okay. Disruption doesn't need buffs. That's your clickbait right there. Disruption doesn't need buffs. You're insane if you think it does.
Let's go on the start now.
What actually needs to happen is that there needs to be a couple changes to where like priority assets can't just like auto stop you from doing the action, right? Or maybe you get points for doing that same action that they're doing.
Right.
Thoughts maybe? What it is the scoring of other dispositions need to come down. What it is that take and hold, prio, recon, purge, when they're doing their thing at like 80%, they're just like, I'm still gonna max primary.
Yes.
But disruption will have that thing of like, I had a hiccup, I'm getting like a 37, right? I'm not getting the 45.
If they stumble for 1 turn.
And that's what needs to happen with everyone else. Because the games right now, when it's like, dog, I had a game to where I had put 100 or 10 pure strains on my opponent's home point turn 1, and the game ended 100 to 100.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Sometimes we'll play games, we'll finish it, we'll be like, that was like 198. And it was like not deserved. Like, that was not my best game, I'll be honest.
Scoring needs to be more difficult, and that needs to be in the primary. And its disruption is the fair disposition right now.
That's a great take.
And I think it's if you wind back a lot of the points that Purge, Take and Hold, Prio, Recon all score, and make it to where they're more interactable but less feels bad. Because there are some with disruption to where, if my Prio opponent, okay, I played in the Sisters, they put that little 2-up Canoness that can just sit there and stand back up and all that.
She's quite good.
On the middle, right? And they keep doing the action to get their points, right? And all they have to do is they keep putting the Sanctifiers or an Immolator just to wrap the middle, so I can't do the action, so I can't bring it over to my thing, right? They put 5 Dominions on their natural expanse and layer it two times, and then nothing ever touches a point. And I can't score primary because they put their whole army on my natural expanse. And I can't do the action to get points. I can't still kill stuff off to get points. And I can't do anything. And the prior player goes, yay. I'm doing the action. Yay.
That's it.
And like that's a feels bad, right? Because that interaction is too one-sided. Why can Recon just take away Disruption's thing by just walking onto the thing?
Oh, it's crazy.
They need to invest something as well, right? And I'm not saying buff Disruption. I'm saying these guys need to take nerfs. Because Disruption plays fair. Disruption plays a game to where if your game plan is messed with, you don't score the 100. And that's good.
Yeah. That's what it should be. Honestly, like one of my worst feelings of this weekend was 92 to 96 loss.
Yeah.
Did I play a bad game? I didn't really feel like it. No shade to my opponent, but you're just like, gosh, this game is like so high scoring. It's more complicated than it's been for a long time, but it's also easier than it's been for a long time to just score points. And that feels like I'm happy that like there has been a problem in the past where if you're an inexperienced player playing against an experienced player, you just can't score points. And that feels bad.
Yes.
And I like the concept, which they've taken some of it from Sigmar, where they say, you know what, by the end of the turn, do this. Have some agency, score some points. And I like that. I like that the bottom has come up, but it's come up so much that it's going to feel equally bad.
So high.
Yeah, it feels equally bad to score all these points and still lose. They got to find the middle.
There was a point to where while I was playing that priority game against the Sisters player, which against was a great player.
Yeah.
Ashley Thompson out in Australia, fantastic person. I believe I am like 2 wins, 6 losses into her. She kicks my ass all the time.
With Sisters?
She plays a lot.
Oh, sure.
It's also a lot of times the lists have been like, let me test dog water into you, and it's like, okay, this is in fact bad. So it comes with an asterisk. But anyways, I play this and like in the nicest way, because this is going to sound egotistical. I was like, if I go to Tacoma and I play against someone who is just new to the game and they do this to me, I'm gonna tilt the hell out.
Yeah,
right? Because if I'm losing to people, in the most respect, I shouldn't be losing to as a top player. Yeah. Because I just can't play the mission by the way it's designed. That's a problem.
For sure.
Right? And so
if the game doesn't reward high skill, then what's the point in learning it?
Yeah.
I'm here to scale express. I'm here to do the thing. Right? And may the best of them win, but with how some of the missions are, that's not a thing, right? And so the fairness of the missions need to come down, or go up. Yeah. And the scoring needs to come down a bit.
I agree.
100 should be rare. 100 should like.
How many hundreds did you guys get at the weekend? So I think half my games at least were hundreds.
I'll let you know. Ever since starting priority, and my first priority game was at Tacoma.
Yeah.
Ever since starting priority, every game, even if it is a loss, unless I'm tabled on turn 2, has not been under 90 points.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of them.
Yep.
And that shouldn't be real. Like, I get I'm playing a rat scoring army. Dog, let me have an 87 at one point.
I know, it's too much.
Let it be 74 to 77. Like, what is going on? Why can I look at my Tacoma and I'm like 92, 96? The hell is going on here?
The amount of armies I tabled, like turn 3 or 4, and they still scored in the 70s. I was like, that's very impressive.
You only played half the game.
It's like, you never held a primary outside of your home. And they're like,
oh my gosh.
I'm like, okay.
Yes. It feels supremely bad. So
I'll point on that real quick. Letting the people score their homes if they're outside of take and hold. Why does my home not matter if I'm playing disruption?
Yeah.
That feels weird. Like, it only matters for if on the like, and it's not in everyone. If they have control, if my opponent has control more, then I'm like, great. I have to care about my point not because I score it, but because then you score more. Right?
That's why I dropped my infiltrators. I was like, I had like one game where my home mattered.
Yeah. Because again, they're probably going to max their primary anyway. So why even bother trying to suppress their points if they have a million ways to make up for those points?
Yeah.
You know? So again, I think overall, we're all really enjoying 11th. We're all optimistic about it.
It is great.
Yeah.
We have our issues with it.
Totally.
We wouldn't have these like heated opinions if we weren't passionate about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Having a great time.
Like right there, just fix like 2 things, dog.
Yeah. So we'll see. Obviously, as per previous discussion, they are patching aggressively. I'll be curious to see where we land after the 2 months, because a patch every month is too much, even for most intense players.
Yeah, this.
But you know, hopefully we land at an equilibrium they're happy with soon.
Space Wolves keep going down by 20 points.
I mean, at this rate, it will.
You don't need points, dog.
Logan,
we're gonna put you on the map, Forrest, and we're gonna get them nerfed. Okay, that's the point. That's why you're here.
Dude, placing 4th at Tacoma and then dropping like 20 points feels quite good. Just like, okay.
If I had the list that I have now for Tacoma, oh my God.
I feel you. So lots of stuff still to explore. We are loving testing things out and trying them. Again, we do have an episode that we've just recorded. It's going to be coming out soon featuring these two playing against each other.
Hi.
It's a great time. We're going to start shaking up the rosters on Titan Duels. We'll still be getting in new players, new guests, things like that. But also in the meantime, we're also going to be shaking up having you guys fight each other, because it's not just going to be like X player versus Adrian every single game.
I want to go. Why am I going into the elite armies?
You jumped on it so fast. I suggested this at Tacoma. I was like, hey guys, we got to shake it up. It's time to do, like, have you fight each other. And I was like, you should fight. And you're like, yeah, let's go. And I was like,
regardless of who's good at doing it,
was immediate.
I will always fight. Our games are always good.
Yeah, I wanted to play Forrest because he's one of my favorite people to play in Forrest. Listen, Adrian, you could have been not here, dog. We could have been playing in a parking lot.
Oh, you guys kind of just ran it yourself, honestly.
I just love playing with Forrest. Like, that's like,
exactly.
And listen, spoilers, not spoilers.
No spoilers.
But like, It's an uphill battle,
Yeah,
but I
sure.
wanted it because I was like, it's Forrest.
Oh,
man.
it's-
I'm gonna play Forrest.
It's good. It's a good time. You're gonna have to watch it,
But
and it's
I'm
a lot of
getting
lessons
elves
learned.
next time.
Elves?
You're giving me
Oh,
an Eldar
no.
player, and I'm 20-0ing them.
I'll play elves.
Perfect.
You'll have to be okay with me not knowing a single name.
You don't
That's okay,
know
you didn't
any of the
hear.
names as it is.
I know my names.
There should be a tracker for how many times you called a Benefactus just a made-up word in that game.
It's 100%. However many times I pointed at
It's
you.
100%.
If you just died every time I pointed at you, it'd only be one mess up per guy.
I refuse.
Fair
You know
enough.
what? That's fair. Honestly, it's on brand for this channel anyways. So, look, a lot of cool, exciting stuff coming up on the channel. Let us know in the comments what you are thinking about 11th edition, what's changed for you since the update, and of course, say hi to these lovely people. If you want to see more content from Nexos Floof and all that GSE, you can check them out at Nexos Floof on the YouTube channel of the same name. I will put it in the description down below. And of course, if you want to see Forrest, tune in for the upcoming episode. It's going to be a great time. And you can find him at many tournaments everywhere on the West Coast that he can drive. If it's within like a 20-hour driving radius, he will be there.
that day.
Yeah.
Thank you two so much again for coming on as always. We'll catch y'all next time on the Tabletop. Bye!